Autzen Stadium is mid-sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel level virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked... And the Cowboys will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ducks offense is on the field for the first time today. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. He'll pitch it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This offense has a second down play. Red pass, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They have it at the 43. Third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. Moore to the air. It's caught. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. Complete downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got an open man. Tackled, but he has a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. There to stop him after a pickup of 3, it's down to the 15. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. He got it. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with them.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense will get the ball for the first time. And how about this matchup of a couple of guys who just don't get tired and don't mind being handed the football, Jesse?
And I love this matchup, too, because in modern football, it's all about throwing the ball and spread and tempo and air raid offenses. Let's go back to toting the rock, old school. 2 of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge. They know these guys are going to tote it. They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success today.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Got it set up on the outside. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Cowboys will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll try the run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Gonna run it. It's James. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. They go to the ground. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Will they keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down? They'll try to run for it. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Fires to the tight end. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. It's got to make a statement today.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Back to pass, it's Flores. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Smashes through.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Cowboys will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The give from the gun. Showed off just about every move in the book except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Just feeds the running back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Now the pitch. Went to the running game on 1st down, now 2nd down. The option look. Now the toss. Across the 25, he's got room. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. Now from inside the red zone. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quickly out to the tight end.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The give on 4th down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. And the Ducks line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They've had to settle for a couple of field goals on 3 previous red zone trips. They'd love to get it in on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Play number 11 on this drive. The defense has yielded ground, but they're trying to get a stop on 3rd and goal. Makes the grab. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Dropping back, it's Flores. Pressure coming. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Movement here from the tight end. On the ground, it's Gordon. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Cowboys line up to punt it away. On the return, it's Cobb. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this one.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Got it looking for a first. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch, called for and made. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Got it in the middle. It's Ford. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got the back over the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He'll just keep slinging it. Finds his tight end. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to throw, it's Flores. Makes the catch. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gordon. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Firing to the right, complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Snags it over the middle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wide open downfield. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
I know
Oklahoma State.
some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the 2nd half.
To the air, it's Flores. They're trying to get to it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Cowboys will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Running it back, it's Cobb. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
The sure hands, it's sticky. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Leaves it with the running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Moore will throw. He caught it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Makes the catch. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? They are pinned deep, and this crowd is letting them have it. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking for room, it's Gordon. Squeezes ahead for a couple, they'll get it out to the 9.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when you decide to run.
The Cowboys get it past the sticks. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Long way to go for this offense. 1st and 10 from their own 12. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Cowboys will hustle to the line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got his man quickly. At the 45 on his way. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. It's complete to the right. Continues to fight for yards.
Well, I know he didn't get the first down, but how about the effort by that guy there? He was doing everything in his power to try to make as many people miss as possible to to get that first down. Just wasn't able to do it. But, man, you love to see your players fighting like that.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cobb. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over.
Fires and picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. RPO complete to open the drive. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure every... Call. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air, it's Flores. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. They'll throw it on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Freeman. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Looking to throw it again. He's got his man across the middle. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Motion from the offense. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Using the quick game. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. On second down, he'll let it fly. Snags it. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now, 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He's looking to throw. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. San Jose State showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Complete to start this drive. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Give to the running back. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Flores. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. First play of this drive comes from the 27. On the ground, it's James. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. The Ducks get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy, and he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Grab behind the line. It's Nicky.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
At the 40, there he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Ducks are flying down the field. They'll give it to him again. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Off play action. Fires deep toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Shoots it to the left. That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. A 2-tier job for this offense. First get the touchdown, then the 2 to try to pull even here in the 4th quarter. Moore to the air. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ducks!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Trying to surge it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll give it to the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. The pressure, the intensity is palpable. A huge play right here on 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Offense getting set for 1st down. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's James. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to run for it. He breaks a tackle. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the 1st down. Moore will throw. They're bringing heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the loss of yards plays.
Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads it left. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt, they sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.